This is absolute fun on the run, going absolutely crazy. So let's go for a quick fire high speed run to check the top speed of the Scrambler Yezdi. Okay, super impressive brakes as well. Close to 137, was it? Yes, 137, and I'm sure it can pull further on favorable conditions. 140 was the top speed from the Adventure. Hello there guys, good morning, and today I reviewed the Yezdi Scrambler. Actually, I reviewed all the three bikes yesterday itself. It was back-to-back reviews, very tired, but still I wanted to upload at least one review. And the ADV, I had a lot of queries, lot of requests coming in to feature that, and of course in the ADV review got a lot of requests to feature the Scrambler ASAP or as soon as possible. So here is the Scrambler review. I was looking forward to the Scrambler as well because I am a Scrambler fan, and this is first of its kind, a pure proper Scrambler in the affordable range. So this got me really exciting, more than the ADV, more than the Roadster. I was really excited and pumped up to get going with the Scrambler and unleashing myself across the trails. So let's get started. First of all, the power plant is the same, 334cc single cylinder liquid cooled fuel injected engine, borrowed from the Perak but in a different state of tune, and a lot of components changing on the inside. And it is shared across all the three models, the Roadster as well as the ADV as well as the Scrambler. Now in the Scrambler, again, the gear ratios are different and it has a different state of tune when compared to the ADV. The ADV is the most refined of them all, and ADV is the most refined of them all. The Roadster also is refined, but not as refined as the ADV. Similarly, the Scrambler is also refined, but not as refined as the ADV. Now the power is close to 29 PS and the torque is around 28 Newton meters. Again, kind of a flat torque curve at the ring of a throttle. Bike wants to literally surge ahead with all the acceleration and the intensity it has on offer. So the silhouette is a proper Scrambler. You have a lifted up mudguard. You have a few differences when compared to the ADV. Now you might be wondering, by almost the ADV Scrambler, what differences do these two have between themselves or among themselves? So first of all, let me clear the air on that. First of all, a Scrambler is something that's devoid or stripped off of any excess weight possible. So this is stripped down to the bare minimum panels that it can have on board. So it's around 182 kgs when compared to 188 kgs of the ADV, and it has the bare minimum panels, the teardrop shaped tank, which looks amazing, the lifted up mudguard, the exhaust is lifted up as well. The ground clearance on this one is around 200 mm when compared to 220 mm on the ADV. We do have long travel suspension here as well, front and rear, and here you get twin shock absorbers at the rear when compared to the monoshock on the ADV. And the monoshock, I feel, is far more impressive, and yes, it does a better job in offering better balance and better confidence to literally push these bikes to their very limits. Now the dual shock absorbers are rugged. So is the swing arm on this. It is very rugged to take on any kind of punishment, because a Scrambler is meant to be punished and is meant to be pushed to its limits across the dirt, and this does offer that. I wanted to spend a little more time, but the sun was setting, the light was fading, time was limited. So I'm just hoping that maybe in the coming weekend or few days down the line, once the hype dies down, I want to spend adequate time with the Scrambler, throwing it around, jumping around with it, and unleashing or unwinding myself to my heart's content. So the engine power plant, as I told you, is slightly a little more vibrations are apparent on the Scrambler when compared to the ADV. ADV is butter smooth, very refined, right up to the top end, right up to 140 kilometers per hour. This one, there's a little bit of vibrations in the lower end, and here and there you can just feel the buzz on the handlebars. But apart from that, because you are so busy thrashing it around, you don't care about the vibrations on board. Also, it is an absolute delight to literally blaze through the city traffic, because it's so slender and so compact, and it's meant to literally cut through traffic in no time. And of course, another difference, tank on the ADV is 15.5 liters, tank on the Scrambler is 12.5 liters, which is decent enough. The ADV's tank again makes more sense because it's supposed to offer a more tank range. Now this one is 12.5 liters. Again, the speedo console is different here. There you have more kind of a squarish or rectangular shape TFT console with Bluetooth connectivity. I think on this, Bluetooth connectivity is also on offer, but as an add-on extra where you have to have a different module. Also, you get USB charging just like you get for all the other vehicles, and the USB charging is as standard, I believe, on the handlebar mount. So that is one thing you need to understand. And this also comes with ABS modes, rain, road and off-road. So I couldn't figure out as to how those controls work, because I tried different combinations of the 4 switches. The arrow buttons and the S button is more to actually to decrease or increase the brightness of the screen. Then the mode button just displays the odo and the trip meters, but I couldn't figure out how the ABS modes are changed, but I'll try to figure that out and do a dedicated video for that. But it does come with switchable ABS modes, which is rain, road and off-road. So road, I believe, is dual channel ABS, and rain, I believe the ABS intervention will be more. Off-road ABS, I believe, is like the ABS on the rear wheel will be switched off. Also, the saddle height is slightly lower compared to that of the ADV. Here it is 800 mm when compared to 815 mm. Also, the ribbed pattern seat really gives that Scrambler kind of vibes. I felt like Daniel Craig in No Time to Die, literally wanting to jump as much as possible, as high as possible with the Scrambler, but the light faded, so there was hardly any time. But I wanted to do the top speed, the high speed stability test, because it gets block pattern tires, kind of Scrambler tires. It is not extreme off-road tires, but it is on-road off-road tires, and it is a Scrambler pattern tires. So it gives you that extra bit of confidence to push it across, push it to its limits on the dirt. Another thing is, tires you get on the ADV, the difference between ADV and Scrambler continues. So the ADV gets 21-inch front wheel, this one gets a 19-inch front wheel, and the rear, the ADV gets a 130 section tire and a 17-inch wheel. This one gets a 140 section tire and a 17-inch wheel. And apart from that, the Scrambler handlebar, again, you want that handlebar to have nice and lifted up position such that you can stand up and ride and pull off those crazy jumps across the different terrains that you will be trying to conquer. And apart from that, the clutch feel felt slightly hard, and the gear box was working fine. The gear ratios are different when compared to the Scrambler and the ADV. Now the ADV first two gears are taller, and even the third, fourth are all tall gear ratios. So if you find yourself in a higher gear in the lower speed in the ADV, there's a lot of engine knocking happening, so you have to be in the right gear at the right speed. Similarly, on the Scrambler, the gear ratios are slightly shorter when compared to ADV, but again not too short as a sport bike, but it is enough. Maybe in the ADV you'll be doing second gear, and instead of second gear, here in the Scrambler you'll be doing third gear. So that is the kind of a difference where you'll be tackling dirt road conditions or dirt or trail roads. So that's the kind of difference that's prevalent between the ADV and the Scrambler. The Scrambler is supreme fun as well, just as much as what you come expecting, but in terms of the refinement, it just falls short a wee bit when compared to the ADV. But it is a unique proposition, it is an affordable Scrambler, and is something that you can completely get lost with in the woods or in the forest on any given day, any place, anytime. And my ride motovlog is coming with the top speed impression. So this is a quick overview about what the Scrambler Yezdi has on offer, and I'll give you rest of the updates about the Roadster in the coming videos. For now, let's go ahead and check out my ride impression. Okay guys, so now let's put the Scrambler through its paces. A little bit of off-road stretch right here. My personal favorite, my backyard, and this is the one that I was looking forward to the most. First, let's ride it through the off-road part. Now this one gets spoke wheels as well. Wow, very swift. Goodness gracious. Just wanting to lift off. Oh, so lightweight. The best part is even the adventure bike felt just as nimble as this one. This almost is a Scrambler and an enduro kind of style bike. Absolutely flying now. So how good is the Scrambler off-road? It's too much fun, but somehow I feel I like the adventure better. It felt more refined, more sure-footed. The Scrambler is light and easy, light and flickable, but the confidence level was much higher while tackling the same terrain on the adventure bike. Woohoo! Goodness. Feel like James Bond from No Time to Die, riding into the sunset. Perfect day. Wow. It's an absolute delight to ride a Scrambler to your heart's content. This one is right up there in terms of offering ultimate fun, brilliant handling. Whoa, superb. Wow. So this was the off-road part. Okay guys, so now we're on tarmac and let's see how this bike fares. This is absolute fun. On the run, going absolutely crazy. Woo-hoo-hoo. Superb stability. Absolute firecracker of a machine. The more you rev it, the more it comes alive. And this is incredible launch. What do you say? Too hot to handle. Too hot to handle, or take three, or three to tango. Yeah. This is amazing stuff from Yezdi. You know, don't know which one to love. किसको प्यार करूं, कैसे प्यार करूं, ये भी है वो भी है, है. So this is really fun bike. People who love off-roading have something to rejoice and have something to get their hands on and go completely unwind themselves, unleash themselves across the woods, the forest, the trees, the mountains. This can take anything that comes in its way, and so glad that Yezdi have made a comeback on such a big scale. So I continue to enjoy this as the sun sets, as the sun goes down. My joy knows no bound, and I go completely crazy with this. I don't want to let go of these machines, especially this one and the Adventure are so good, I mean, ahead of what you expect from them, and that's what makes them absolute firecrackers of a proposition. So the handlebar holds up well while you're standing up and riding. Gear shifts are smooth. Gear ratios are not as tall as the ADV, but it is tall enough to conquer those terrains, and the tires are there to do the bit. The ground clearance is there, and suspension is there as well to support you as you break loose with your mean machine on any weekend getaway. So thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Until then, take care, God bless, and ride safe.